James Twin for the untouchable True School Sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I'm up with the birds this morning on another glorious walk to the gym, get my day started off properly here. And while I'm getting my day started off properly and I'm doing my little commute to the gym because it ain't that far, I wanted to talk about this fight coming up on September the 14th, right here in Las Vegas on the Canelo undercard. The prelims, to be exact, kind of messed up that this guy's fighting on the prelims, and he's voiced those displeasures and those discrepancies on Twitter and been very vocal about it. But Stephen Fulton, return fight, first fight since the Inoue fight. We ain't seen him in the ring since then. And truth be told, we haven't heard a whole lot from him, you know. That was a devastating loss, and, you know, that check did clear, so I'm sure he went and he was living his life, you know. So it is what it is. But, you know, he's not a 122-pounder anymore. He's starting a new era, a new chapter in his career as a featherweight. And as I've stated here on True School Sports many times, 2024 is, in fact, the year of the featherweight division. And he's a great addition to the weight class. And he's not wasting no time. He's going to be taking on a pretty good fighter, a solid fighter in Carlos Castro. You know, Carlos Castro, as it stands right now, is the number 5 ranked WBC featherweight contender. So a win here for Stephen Fulton gets him like straight back into the mix. It gets him straight back into the thick of things in a weight class where, you know, there's a lot of heat, a lot of good fighters, right? And so let's talk about that fight for a second, because Carlos Castro, we'll talk about him for a second. You know, this is a guy that I remember, like, I'm going to say like 3-4 years ago, when he was a 122-pounder. This is a guy that I used to hear his name. People used to say, "Hey, PT, Carlos Castro, he's gonna be better than a lot of these guys like Angelo Leo and Brandon Figueroa and this, that, and the third." And obviously that didn't happen for him. You know, he was looking pretty good at a certain level, beating the guys like Oscar Escandón, stopping Cesar Rocky Juarez, which is no easy feat. He looked good and he established himself at a pretty good level. But then when he finally stepped up to that world-class level, he lost to Luis Nery. Split decision. I didn't think it was no split decision type of a fight. I thought he lost pretty clearer than that. But lost to Nery by split decision, got dropped in that fight. Then when he fought Brandon Figueroa, you know, the heartbreaker and whatnot, got folded in like, what was it, 6 rounds? Something like that. It wasn't a long fight. Didn't go deep into the back half of a fight. So he's got to, this is a golden opportunity for him to reestablish himself at the world-class, world championship level. So you got to figure, you know, he's going to be hungry. He's on a 3-fight win streak since the loss to Brandon Figueroa. And style-wise, let's break this fight down stylistically. Castro is a fighter where he likes to come forward. I would say that he's got some similarities in his style to a lot of former Stephen Fulton opponents, such as, you know, Brandon Figueroa and even Angelo Leo to a degree. Just, you know, that come forward Mexican style, he has that. I don't think he has the angle of an Angelo or the pressure of a Brandon Figueroa, but he comes forward and he throws a lot of punches and he's gonna try to mow down Stephen Fulton. So I think for Stephen Fulton, what he needs to do in this fight and in his couple fights moving forward, in my opinion, I think Stephen Fulton has to kind of get back to basics, because I feel like right around the time he beat Angelo for his first world title and he started going on that run before he lost to Inoue, I think Stephen Fulton got too comfortable fighting in the pocket. I think he became too much of an inside fighter. So I would like to see the Stephen Fulton from the Arnold K. guy fights return, the Stephen Fulton from Isaac Avilar fights return, the guy that was lighting people up from mid-range and the outside, using those legs, being smarter. Because I just think, like I said, I think his defense was lacking and was getting worse as time went on at 122, because he was finding these Mexican fighters that just come forward and just throw a lot of punches, and he was beating them at their own game. So I can't blame him for the result of the fight. I just think long term it's not good for him, right? So I like to see Stephen Fulton in this fight get back to basics and really put on a world-class performance to remind the world that, hey, you know, I may have lost to Inoue in dominant fashion, but I'm still a world-class fighter. I'm still one of the best fighters out there, and I'm still someone that's going to be reckoning with them at 126 in the featherweight division. So, no disrespect to Carlos Castro. I'm not overlooking him. You can't overlook him. I gotta assume that he's gonna come hungry and come to win. But Stephen Fulton is Stephen Fulton. He's a top shelf fighter. So he's expected to win, and he's expected to win handily. And I'll tell you this: if Stephen Fulton don't win, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen to him, because if one loss and some inactivity, which by the way is par for the course for PBC fighters, but if one loss and inactivity could get you on the prelims. Not even the main pay-per-view card, not even the opening part of the card. Literally prelims. Then I don't know what's gonna happen to him if he loses this fight. So it's, in my opinion, it may not feel like it, but I think it is a do-or-die fight for Stephen Fulton as a featherweight. You know, it shouldn't be that way, but it's not cool to have things like that in boxing. But that's the feeling I'm getting. That's the sentiments I'm getting if you're fighting on the prelims. So yes, it's a big card. Yes, there's big names on the pay-per-view portion of the card, but this is Stephen Fulton. This is a guy that was good enough to fight in a way. This is a guy that has, I would say, of all the PBC fighters, has one of the best resumes. You know, can't talk bad about Stephen Fulton's resume. He's got a great resume. So, that being said, gotta win this fight, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he looks as a featherweight, because we don't know how he's gonna look as a featherweight. You know, we don't. It's easy to assume that we might get the guy from 122, but you gotta understand something. Two things are at play here for Stephen Fulton. Number one, he got knocked out and outclassed in devastating fashion last July. And it's always hard for fighters to come back from that. You never really know what a fighter's mental makeup is like, right? So that's one. And then two, you know, I think inactivity. I think inactivity and the fact that he did get life-changing, you know, money against Inoue. Complacency could set in. Ring rust could be there. There's a lot of factors here that are at play with Stephen Fulton. So if there was ever such a thing as a trap fight, this got to be it, you know? But I think, you know, the better fighter will prevail. And I think Stephen Fulton will find a way to beat Carlos Castro. But look, they fight the fights for a reason. And this is one of the fights on the Canelo card that I'm going to be dialed into. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. You know, make sure you guys take the time to subscribe and let me know what you think about Fulton versus Carlos Castro. If Fulton wins, you know, he's beating the number 5 contender, so that would get him close to a title shot with Ray Vargas. How do you think he fares with the likes of Ray Vargas? Because I think if he wants to fight, because a fight that I keep hearing about on this channel is the Stephen Fulton Angelo Leo rematch, and I would love that fight as a boxing fan. And as a member of Team Angelo Leo, I would love that fight, because we definitely want to avenge that loss. But you know, Stephen Fulton's got to get some momentum going again and get a title and make the dollars make sense, because you know, PBC top rank, they don't just do business most of the time, so it's got to make sense. But nonetheless, let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canastota, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.